Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Dale Arnold, Billy Jaffe, Andrew Raycroft with you. Bruins lose to the Seattle Kraken. 5-1 the final, and it really got off the rails within the first 20 seconds of the game. Yeah. David Pastrnak takes a double minor for high sticking, and away we went.
Yeah, I was going to do the old good news, bad news. Good news is Bruins took 3 penalties in this game, but none after the first few minutes of the first period. The bad news is they took those penalties in the first few minutes of the first period, and they killed them. It absolutely set the tone for a game where you're playing catch-up the entire time. So Oleksiak goes back to get the puck. Pastrnak forecheck, good. Once fine, twice no. Laziness with the stick, carelessness, that's the better word. First time, all right, it's low, but then you don't get it. Look at how long the reach of Oleksiak. It's hard to get under the arm and get to it. Meanwhile, the stick goes right up and cuts open the face of Oleksiak. It was a simple call, Razor.
Very simple, very easy, and then this was very easy as well. Matty Beniers just takes it off the face-off, takes his time, looks and finds Bjorkstrand for his first of the night with a nice little tip through Korpi's legs.
Yeah, I mean, it's way too easy. And, the Bruins PK, we thought, we'd said it had gotten better. It's starting to give up goals again. That one, this one shows it best. Beniers doesn't look at the net until the last second, and then taking the hit in front of the heat in front of the net is Bjorkstrand. He's going to take the bump, take the hit, puts it in.
Bruins came into this game as the most penalized team in the National Hockey League, averaging 11.6 minutes per game. They have been called for more penalties than any team in the league, despite the fact that they were only called for 3 minors tonight.
Yeah, well, again, in this case, it's when they took them. I guess kind of how they took it. The Tyler Johnson penalty was a bad one, too, reaching with his...
Yeah, and it wasn't a power play goal, but it was 4 seconds after it was done. Like, it essentially was. Johnson was trying to get back into the play. So the second was basically a power play goal as well.
And they absolutely lead the league in offensive zone stick infractions.
Sure seems it, doesn't it?
No question about it. I'm going to truly try and investigate it before Sunday or Saturday, whatever day we're working next.
Well, it's Friday now, right? Making Moves, presented by Salem 5. We're here to help you make your move. Well, Brad Marchand has now tied a National Hockey League record. He passed the venerable Mario Lemieux tonight and tied Pavel Bure with 7 penalty shot goals, tied for most in NHL history. How about 7 for 10 on penalty shot attempts in his career?
No, I love the spotlight. That's a cool number. It's a cool another random list that we put up that Brad's close or near or at the top of.
Yeah, and this was just a phenomenal goal. Let's go back, though, to the penalty first. The reason it leads to this. Brazeau carries it hard, gets a good wide read on the defender, and then tries to flush it to the front. Caroms off of a leg or two and goes towards the goal line. It crosses the goal line, but... or let me say, it breaks the goal. It doesn't cross the line completely, and that's why no goal was called. The referee, to their credit, did a really good job, both of them, at calling the play, saying, look, if it did not go across the line, Montour covered it with his hand, so it's going to be a penalty shot. They did review it, but you could see the puck did not clearly cross the line, and Marchand with a head of steam, and then the hands sell it big time, makes Grubauer kind of, that play right there, Razor, kind of gets caught in no man's land a bit.
Yeah, he gets frozen, and then he tries to overplay it. So you'll see when Brad, like you talked about after the second, he pumps there, then Grubauer opens up because he's way behind, or he feels like he's way behind. Brad allows him to feel that way, and then just goes back against the grain. Pretty soapy.
Well, that goal by Brad Marchand made it a 2-1 game after 2, and you're feeling like, all right, they're in this thing. That's what you thought.
Yeah.
Until about 3 minutes into the third period. A bad change by the Bruins, a Vince Dunn goal, and the wheels are off the way.
Really similar to Winnipeg, right? Where we feel, okay, they had a good second, they finished the second well, have a good start in the third, and they don't get it. And they give up a goal early in the third period like they did in Winnipeg. And this is it's a miscommunication, of course, right? It's an easy miscommunication, but it's in the National League. You gotta understand who and where, and Brick was talking about the change that didn't help, but you see 11, you see 13 go to the same person, the D-man's all the way out of the zone. He got the plus or the assist over sitting on the bench drinking a water bottle already, and a close high stick, but it was the right call by the refs there as well.
Yeah, who was that carried the puck up? Yeah, it was a lefty. That regardless, I don't know if it's Burakovsky or not, regardless, he had all the time in the world to establish zone time. He had 4 Bruins back, but meanwhile, because they were changing, as we take a look at the angle that, they looked, we saw it. You could absolutely not tell if it was above the crossbar. But the Bruins allowed zone entry so easy. They established with speed, and Bruins were discombobulated.
Bruins with the 3rd worst goal differential in the 3rd period in the NHL this season. Only the Chicago Blackhawks and New York Islanders are worse. Bruins minus 15 in the 3rd period.
Last 2 games.
When games are to be won and lost.
Yeah, last 2 games. What is it now? The last 2 periods?
Well, they got 3 tonight and
gave up
5,
8.
That's
8
8
in the last 2. Yeah, thank you.
That'll do.
Yeah,
Math is hard.
It is.
We've got plenty more to come on Bruins Overtime Live. We'll get dressing room reaction to the Bruins 5-1 loss tonight in Seattle, plus Andy Brickley. We'll go one-on-one with head coach Joe Sacco after the break.